Are you ready to make a snow globe that you can wear? Hi guys, it's Sassy. Welcome to my channel. For most of us, wintertime means gatherings, traveling, family get-togethers, tons of food, snow, and it would not be wintertime without a snow globe or two. And although sometimes I see people making them as a DIY, you know, the little jars, they still just sit on a mantle or your nightstand collecting dust. As a creator, I'm gonna change things up a little bit. I'm so excited to share this with you because I actually never seen anything like this. I call it dibs. I decided to do something that I can actually show off and personalize on our winter get-togethers. And this way you can either make it bracelets or a necklace. Today I'm doing a collab video with Jay Sweeney, aka Unicorns11. I will leave the link down below. She posts videos about vlogs, giveaways, study tips for school. She's 15 years old, so she's a teenager. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and check out her channel. Leave a comment on her video, tell her I sent you. If anyone's interested in doing collabs, I'll leave the links to that down below as well. And if you do like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can keep in touch with all of my future videos. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to draw winter type stuff inside a thin strip of paper about the thickness of a line in your notebook, but I'm doing it in a white sheet of paper because it will make a longer piece since notebooks are always so small and then they have that red line down the whole thing. I started out drawing some clusters of evergreens here and there, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to make some with white to make it look like snow, so I just left them all green. Just make sure you only draw within the lines for best results. Then I added a few little snowmen with their hats and scarf, little arms, you know, with branches. I made little village houses because that's usually what you see in a snow globe. And just to make it festive, I made it Christmassy because that always reminds me of winter. I made a second one with a blue piece of paper so that it would have like a blue sky as the background. And with white out, I just dotted the snow. Once the artwork was dry, I took a big piece of packaging clear tape and I stuck it onto my little strip, making sure to be careful and avoid making any bubbles whatsoever. And I mean, if you have a laminating machine, use that. I don't have one, so I'm doing it this way. Either way works. This even makes a cute bookmark. That's what I'm talking about, that DIY life. Okay, back to our thing. Then we cut around the strip, but not too close because then the water will get into it and then it'll ruin your whole art piece. So we don't want that. I bought some vinyl tubing, which is basically see-through water hose. And you can get this at your local hardware store like Home Depot or places like that for very, very cheap. We need to gently fold our laminated strip in half to not make any holes or, you know, rip it in any way. And then slide it inside the tubing, preferably until it's like in the center so that it just neat in the center. Then we take our hot glue gun and very carefully make a seal on the edge all around. Wait 2 minutes while blowing on it so that it hardens, and then we add some drinking water on the other side, and then we just add a pinch of glitter. I'm testing to see if the glitter is enough, and it is. Now we have to seal it. I let the hot glue harden and cool completely overnight, and then once it was cool, I poked a hole on each end and I used a small screwdriver. But the hole was actually too small, so I went in with a screw to make it a little bit bigger. So ask your parents to help you if you need help with that. Then just run a string on each end and tie it like a regular shoelace or a regular necklace. I didn't like how that hot glue looked once it was hardened because it just looks like, you know, kind of yellowish. I wish it would have ended up clear. We're gonna cover it up with some nail polish. I went with a white dripping snow effect and then some blue and glitter, kind of a frosty look with this blue nail polish. And we put the tiny ribbon on the ends once it's dry, and then we're done. You guys, I mean, you can get so creative with this. It doesn't even have to be a winter theme. that's my video for today. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know down below if you guys think the snow globe necklace is something you would wear to school or wear to a holiday gathering. I don't know. Sometimes I like to get creative. I like to put twists on things and just make something new out of something that, you know, has been a classic. And I think I did that with today's project. So if you do like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I would like to hear what your friends have to say about my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Fendora out.